Good morning and happy Monday, August 25th. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm Andrew Garcia. The sun's out in full force today. Temperatures are going to reach the upper 90s. A new law going into effect in Texas next week bans DEI policies in K-12, including clubs for LGBTQ plus kids. We'll hear from the students and parents affected after the news. Let's get into it. The Dallas police chief is providing some clarity on the department's relationship with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Chief Daniel Como responded to a letter from North Texas U.S. Representative Julie Johnson last week. In that written response, he said DPD has not entered into any formal or informal agreements with ICE, but added that it's common to, quote, interact with fellow agencies when asked for assistance. You can read the entirety of Johnson's questions and Como's responses at KERAnews.org. Garland residents will soon have access to a telehealth service with no copay or deductible. KERA's Priscilla Rice reports it's meant to increase healthcare options in the city that's been without a hospital for years.
The City Council last week approved an agreement with MD Health Pathways for its TAP telehealth program that connects users to a doctor or provider via phone. Garland's only hospital closed in 2018. Supporters of the service, like community organizer Soraya Santos, says it could make healthcare available for those without transportation or health insurance.
Access to healthcare is the hope of everyone I speak to. And a program like this really has the ability to make a profound and tangible difference.
A $6 fee will be added to households' utility bills, but residents can opt out. For KERA News, I'm Priscilla Rice in Dallas.
Senate Bill 12 is one of more than 100 new education laws taking effect next week. The bill bans diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in K-12 schools and eliminates clubs for students who identify as LGBTQ+. KERA's Bill Ziebel talked to students and parents who might be most affected by the new law.
12-year-old Minerva James came out in third grade. We're not using her real name for this story at her parents' request. Minerva's just started 7th grade at her North Texas middle school. She does well and she likes school. And this year she was thinking about starting a GSA, or Gay Straight Alliance Club, something she says her school could use.
There's a lot of homophobia and stuff like that.
But banning these types of clubs is one of many changes made by Senate Bill 12.
And now that there's something to back up the homophobic kids, we don't have anything that could support us. And now that that's illegal, it's frustrating.
To supporters of SB-12, the measure doesn't hurt kids, rather, it empowers parents and eliminates DEI policies the law now declares illegal. And it's about time, says Julie Pickren. She testified in favor of the bill earlier this year. The State Board of Education trustee is from District 7.
Every minute that we spend on woke DEI indoctrination is a minute that we are not teaching a child how to read or how to do math.
But Madeline, a college freshman who turns 19 this month, disagrees. She's a trans woman who came out in her not-so-tolerant North Texas high school a few years ago. We're only using her first name for privacy concerns. Madeline says the new law rubber stamps the anti-gay and anti-trans bias she'd experienced throughout school.
Whether or not they want to say being trans is a sexual thing, none of us view it that way. We view it as keeping kids safe when they are so often rejected by their families for being this way.
Madeline says she grew up in an accepting religious home, but she knows many other trans students don't. Research shows they face a higher risk of depression, anxiety, and suicide.
I'm very worried.
This is Madeline's mother, Jennifer. She used to teach in public school and was a GSA advisor.
I'm no longer in K-12, so I can speak. I couldn't have even done this interview 2 years ago. But the kids had a target on their back. When they had a GSA club, they could find community with each other, even if they had a non-affirming family or a non-affirming church.
Now, Jennifer hopes non-school organizations will create off-campus GSA clubs where they're still legal. Aside from parents and students, schools must now bear the brunt of compliance with SB-12. The new law also gives parents access to all their students' curriculum and books, plus their mental, emotional, and physical health records. Parents will also be alerted if their kids ask to go by a nickname or a different pronoun. Navigating through all this is part of a school superintendent's job. Stephanie Elizalde leads Dallas ISD. She says some of Senate Bill 12 is clear, like prohibiting assistance with social transitioning. Other parts can be vague.
Where we're vague, we're always going to fall back on what we think is best for the student. And there's a lot of areas that are really vague.
Elizalde says Dallas ISD will do its best to comply while supporting students.
We want to make sure that all our kids are getting the kind of support from our counselors that they may need.
While that won't include things like gay-straight alliance clubs, students like Minerva say they'll still support each other despite SB-12.
We have a single lunch table that fits 10 kids that we have to cram as many kids that need like allies and support into.
She, along with parents and educators, get to contend with SB-12 starting September 1st.
That was KERA's Bill Ziebel reporting. Dallas Trinity FC won their season opener at the Cotton Bowl against Spokane Zephyr FC with a score of 2-1. The Dallas Wings lost both their games over the weekend, and the Dallas Rangers run it back against the Angels at home this time. The Rangers lost 2 of the 3 games the last time they met up, so Texas will be looking for a bit of redemption back here in the Lone Star State. Check out new exhibits on Dallas College campuses, including I Grew Up in the Shadows of Trees by Christina Kahlo at the Mountain View campus, and Soften the Glare, Unify as Dust by Anthony Huang at the Cedar Valley campus. For more information and some other fun things to do, visit our Go See DFW calendar at kera.org/calendar. Thanks for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show is produced by Shardae White with editing support from Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter. You'll get a more in-depth look into the news with plenty of good morning vibes. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.